So we're here with Mike Chapman in front of the trophy he created. Can you tell us a little bit about this trophy?
Sure, I'll be glad to. This is the Dan Hodge Trophy. In 1995, I came up with the idea of wanting to have something like the Heisman Trophy that football has, because I wanted amateur wrestling to get more publicity. And at the same time, amateur wrestling was kind of going away from the pin. When the tech fall came in, a lot of wrestlers decided they'd go for the 15-point tech fall. And I wanted to put emphasis back on the pin. So Dan Hodge and Dan Gable are probably the two greatest pinners in the history of college wrestling. I created this trophy, and I named it after Dan Hodge, a very good friend of mine. At one point, Dan pinned 24 wrestlers in a row in his college career. He pinned his way through the NCAA tournament twice. One weekend, he pinned his way through the NCAA tournament. The next weekend, he pinned his way through the Freestyle Nationals. And then the next weekend, he pinned his way through the Greco-Roman Nationals. So what better athlete than Dan Hodge to name the trophy after? This is the trophy. We give one to the individual wrestler each season that we select as the best wrestler in the country, based on his overall record and his pinning ability and a few other criteria. We estimate that over 1 million sports fans have seen this trophy presented in person, because we give it to the wrestler at the wrestling banquet in April, and then the athletic department of that school usually wants to present it at a football game the next fall. Like when Logan Stieber of Ohio State won his 2 years ago, he got his in front of 100,000 football fans. So the Hodge Trophy has been great for college wrestling, but I also think, Raul, it's helped build a connection between college wrestling and catch wrestling. As you and I know, catch wrestling is where college scholastic wrestling came from. And in the 1880s and the 1890s and the early 1900s, catch wrestling was extremely popular in America. And it was popular because it put an emphasis on the pin and a joint lock submission. And I think Frank Gotch is probably the greatest catch wrestler of all time. So here we are at the NCAA tournament. I'm so delighted you're here for the first time with the Catch Wrestling Alliance. My wife Beverly and I started the WIN Memorabilia Show 25 years ago. Back then, we had 4 exhibitors and about 300 people came. And our special guest was Dan Hodge. Last year, they had 12,000 people come and over 40 exhibitors. So the WIN Memorabilia Show has been great for wrestling. It's been a great way to educate people about the history of wrestling. And that's why I'm so glad you're here, Raul, so you can tell people about the incredible connection between scholastic wrestling and catch wrestling. And I understand you're going to have the Frank Gotch tournament for the 2nd year in Humboldt, Iowa. And boy, I hope a lot of people will come up and see that. Take in the atmosphere of the town that Frank Gotch was born and raised in. See the incredible Frank Gotch statue in Bicknell Park, and see a truly legitimate catch wrestling tournament that the Catch Wrestling Alliance is pushing so hard.
Thank you.
Okay.